Okay, today we're going to make eggplant, zucchini, and tomatoes with fried curd from our own cow. So real milk from the real cow. So first we cut the eggplant. Roughly like this. You can see the squares are so the ratio of eggplants to zucchini is, for this amount of zucchini, which is probably a couple pounds, 2 eggplants is more than enough, but since we bought more eggplant than we need, we'll use a little more. Zucchinis you cut like this, so you can see. You don't want them too large and not too small. So we have our vegetables chopped up here. Eggplant, zucchini, tomatoes, they'll get chopped up in a little while. In any preparation that takes tomatoes, the tomatoes are the last thing you put into the preparation because tomatoes have an acid that impedes the cooking of potatoes and zucchini and eggplant. So you always want to put it in when everything in that preparation is more or less done. And then you throw in your tomatoes. It just takes 5 minutes or 10 minutes at most for tomatoes to be cooked up and integrated into the preparation. All right, now we make a little bit of ginger, fresh ginger. And you want to slice it. And then just chop it. You don't want big pieces of ginger. It's kind of unpleasant to bite into a large piece of ginger when you're eating a preparation like this. And if you're not adept at chopping, you can always use a grater for this ginger. Just grate it real like that. In fact, in some ways this is better because it softens the edge on the ginger pieces. Okay. Now we put some ghee. For this preparation we're going to use cumin seeds, which are here, whole cumin seeds. And let's see, measurements. You want measurements? 1, 2, 3, 4 heaping teaspoons. And we're going to add 1, 2, 3 heaping teaspoons of spice mix, and this is oregano or Italian seasoning, which is a mix. 1, 2, 3. Italian seasoning. We add the ginger. Normally you put a little chili in this preparation, but we don't have any chili today. if you keep the kitchen clean as you go, your mind stays clear. And it's very easy and very pleasant to work in that environment. The cooking of the Krishna devotees is unique in as much as devotees don't taste the preparation that they're making during the whole process. I remember when I was first introduced, the devotee who was training me, he told me right from the beginning that we don't taste or smell the preparation while we're engaged in cooking. Because I was a trained cook from the military, I thought, that's crazy, how can you do that? How can you cook and not taste it? That can't be done, that's impossible. He said, no, that's our standard, that's our rule. He said, because we are cooking for Krishna. We're not cooking for ourselves, we're cooking for Krishna. We're going to prepare this and then offer it to the Supreme Lord. You don't go sticking your finger and your nose into the king's preparation. Okay, now you can see that the ginger and the cumins are a little bit fried or brown. Now we put in the spice mix and the oregano. Stir it and then quickly add the vegetables, otherwise the spice mix and oregano will burn. We add salt. Now someone will ask how much salt did you add, and I'll say that's probably 3 teaspoons. And then we add a bit of black salt to enhance the flavor. And then stir it very well. Now, the other important thing is the preparation has to be covered with a lid. The lid keeps the heat in and accelerates the cooking. If you don't put a lid on the preparation like this, it'll cook on the bottom, and you'll stir it. It'll cook on the bottom. You'll stir it, and the whole thing becomes a pot of mush. You don't want to stir and cook your preparation or the vegetables so that they become mushy and lose their shape or lose their color and consequently lose their flavor. It actually doesn't take very long. I think, say 15 minutes, 20 minutes at most. Most vegetables cook in a very short time, but because people generally don't use a lid, it takes them a long time. Like if you fry tomatoes, or rather potatoes in a pan, it just takes 10 minutes. But if you don't use the lid, you generally wind up burning them and making them into mush. Since store-bought tomatoes are really mostly show tomatoes, they look nice, but they don't have much tomato flavor or substance. You see, there's not much there. It's not really red, it's pink. A garden-grown tomato is blood red and full of juice and full of flavor. What we might do is we might add some crushed tomato afterwards, just to give it more juicy body. So about this size is fine, like that. Now we have to stir this preparation, otherwise it may burn, so we don't want anything to burn. And when you stir from the bottom and across. And if we find things are sticking, sometimes you have to add a little more ghee. So when this is cooked down, we'll add the tomatoes, stir up, and after a few minutes the whole thing will be done. Hansadutta is world famous eggplant, zucchini, and tomato preparation. with fresh curd.